We don't.
We probably don't.
Going live. Hello and welcome to another Sunday evening with the CGN crew. We got the full team available this evening. Big Aaron, Josh, and Sean. Of course, there is myself as well. And I have to tell you, this is not a white screen. I am in the middle of moving. I have no
It's a cream
desk.
screen.
A cream screen. Ew.
So what are you working on today,
This
Aaron?
isn't OnlyFans.
So I'm working on packing.
Yeah, unpacking and unpacking.
No.
Just
Unfortunately,
packing.
the apartment is a week behind, so they're not gonna have the floors done until end of next week, and so I can't really do anything without floors.
Well, that helps.
Just get stilts. I think that counteracts floors. I think, right?
I guess.
That is
Stilts are polar opposite of floor.
I guess.
the worst
So when we are for our hobbying, we will just switch over to this camera. So we might as well just start right here. Big Aaron, what are you working on?
I am working on a little jet lag and also Qualthus, the elvish archer from Cursed City.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
And Sean, you look like you're hollowing out something.
No, I'm gonna build 2 cyclone missile launchers for some Terminators real quick, and then I'm going to do a bunch of final painting, hopefully on like 20 guys.
Awesome.
20 guys.
And
Oh,
Josh.
there's no way they're gonna get done.
I'm working on Dorgacon.
Dorgacon being the demon from Judgment.
One of the monsters, yeah.
Yeah, is that?
Like, don't even play the same game anymore, guys.
How do
We
you
all play the same game in the hearts.
How do you even spawn the other monsters? I don't even get it.
On different maps, there's different ones. Some of them are random. Some of them have specific. It's just because we've only played the basic with together. So we've only played with Gloom, but you can have Inferno. Dorgacon's only on the 5-player maps, I think. Because
Yeah,
he's
it's just
really
different
strong.
scenarios. Yeah.
Yeah. Different maps have different models.
Awesome. Well, that's exciting.
Yeah,
It is
it
pretty
really
cool,
changes
actually.
everything up.
It's one of the things I really like about Judgment is the monsters. It's really pretty unique to them. Not a lot of tabletop war games have like NPCs that come out and try and jack you up too, and that you can also use as a resource.
Warcry does.
More in the narrative though. This is like straight up in the actual competitive play.
No, Warcry in the competitive play has have creatures that come up in the scenarios.
What?
That's true. Like the banshees, like
The
you can randomly
banshees and
roll
the world. Yeah.
Oh, never played any of that.
Yeah, I don't even know what game you guys are talking about.
Talking about Warcry there for a moment, but anyways, I do really, really enjoy the monster mechanics in Warcry. Or I'm sorry, in Judgment.
Yes, in both.
Well, we have some news that we're just gonna start straight up right off the bat
Yeah,
with.
that's a lot of news.
We got some CGN news. First of all, we are extending the giveaway, so and we're adding to it. So now we are going to be giving away the Piety and Pain box set, the Drukhari Codex, the dice, and Bellacore to one lucky Discord member.
Hey, so
Wait,
how do I win that?
so break that down 1 second, Aaron. You said one lucky Discord member. Who? What do they get?
They get Piety and Pain,
Drukhari
Codex,
the Drukhari Codex,
Drukhari dice,
the dice,
and Bellacore.
And Bellacore cherry on top. So not only are you getting a bunch of elves, filthy, disgusting elves, really you're getting Bellacore and a bunch of elf stuff?
Yeah, you're getting Bellacore
and sisters and dice.
Oh yeah, they're sisters.
And a book. And so we're gonna keep pushing for our hitting 10,000, but we've gotten so many Discord subscribers. We've gotten 250 Discord subscribers. We got about 1,000 new YouTube subscribers. If you missed it, we gave away the Silent King to one of our Discord members,
You didn't
and that
know it.
is Lems87 is the lucky
Yay,
winner of
Lems.
this, who still has not responded yet.
Uh-oh.
So
no.
hopefully, if he's watching this, Lems, get your Silent King. And we are going to continue to be doing side giveaways for our Discord members, as well as just keep adding to the pile for us reaching 10,000 subscribers. So we're just going to keep doing that.
That is awesome. So, Aaron, does this just mean that you've just hit your maximum packing level and now you're just giving it all away? Just giving away the farm now.
Yeah, like some of there is a lot of stuff.
Okay.
You
So
know,
we
it's,
have to just keep distracting you from packing, and therefore you'll have to give more awesome minis away.
I mean, it's kind of crazy because I had packed pretty much everything else in the house, and I was leaving this studio, my office, which is technically a walk-in closet. Okay, this room is a walk-in
Yep.
closet. I was saving it for last, and I felt like it was a small enough room that it wasn't gonna be like a crazy number of boxes. It's 27 medium boxes.
How is that even possible?
You should have just left it all in the room and moved the room.
I should have, just because like I had put everything away so well. You know what I mean? Between the hobby zone and my drawers and just like all the magic cards and everything was
all your
just
damn
so
jars.
all my jars, all of my shelves, like it. I just couldn't believe. And technically, like I still haven't taken the computer out and half of the desk, obviously, because I'm in here and we're streaming. Um, but yeah, I was just like, holy crap! It's at least 2 carloads of boxes, maybe 3. Um, and oh my god, magic cards are so heavy.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
my
it's
god.
like cardboard coated in clay, right?
Yeah, which are in plastic sleeves, which are inside of binders.
And you're probably one of those cool kids that double sleeves.
I do. Well,
You son
no,
of
no,
a-
no. Only the decks are double sleeved.
Okay.
But every card is perfect fit before it goes into the binder.
Back in my day, we didn't have.
Back
double
in my
sleeves.
day, we only had one sleeve, and it was
Oh,
for
you
your
just
shirt.
Huh. That's
Yep.
interesting.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know.
They're only black too.
Speaking of magic news, I found out that the new magic set has been pre-released, but only on the computer version and not even in Arena. It's on the old computer version only.
What?
Yeah. Isn't that bizarre?
Why would
I
they
don't
do
even
that?
understand the words you're saying.
Oh,
So there's an old and a new version of Magic Online. The old version stuck a lot.
Except the cool thing about the old version is if in a certain time period you collected one of every card in the set, they would actually send you the set.
Yeah,
they
you would
don't do
turn
that.
it in for a ticket.
Yeah.
But they didn't do that for a while, I think, right?
I don't
mean,
know.
They haven't done that for a long time. But yeah, I know it's the Modern Master set is why. Is because they're not releasing it on Arena because it works in Magic Online because all the cards are on that. But in Arena, they've only been around for so long, so there's a lot of cards that aren't in or that yet, which would mess up with all of the internal balance.
I love it. I
I
love that you
see.
immediately come to Arena's defense. I love it.
I'm not. I'm just explaining. I'm not defending.
It's well, you should because Magic doesn't even have all their old cards, so they therefore can't put in new sets into the game. That's awful.
It's
a
funny.
reprint set, basically.
Yeah, so why don't they reprint it in in Arena?
Josh,
Well, because they would
stop while
need
you're
to put
ahead.
all of the other supporting cards in, which is a huge endeavor.
Okay.
So
Still seems lame.
So Sean, you have this beautiful, beautiful view of your workspace, and I just zoomed in on you, but you're not doing anything on camera.
I'm trying.
You're
man.
on-
It's hard 'cause
you're
I hold shit back
100% off camera. But it's
So,
looking
like,
good. It's
wanna-
looking good.
Do you want to look at my fat gut while I work? Because that's probably going to be easier to access things, right? My Blood Angels crossover sergeant. He got a death mask from a buddy in a campaign who died. He's fucking awesome.
I like it.
Huh. Nice.
Yeah.
By the way, our
Recently, I have
our good friend won a 30K tournament, Paulie, with his
Oh,
Blood
really?
Angels. Oh,
Where
Ooh.
was that tournament at?
excellent.
Omaha,
Excellent.
What?
Omaha, Nebraska.
Wow.
Yeah, he won overall and best loyalist.
Nice.
Very nice. Play
Congrats.
Blood Angels, right?
I'm sorry.
He plays Blood Angels, right?
Yeah, he plays Blood Angels.
Well, that's
He
pretty cool.
loves the goblets of blood.
I mean, they
I would
are
like to
space
play some
vampires.
tournaments.
All right, so let's get into
I'd like to play a
the
game of Warhammer 40K.
insane amount of stuff that's been going on with Warhammer
Yes.
40K. I cannot even tell you how many videos I've watched. I've watched people that are so angry at Chapter Approved. I've watched people that are so happy about Chapter Approved. Um, I'm just gonna jump in and I will say they did not fix the terrain rules.
Okay, hold on. But give me the high level, because I don't know anything about anybody liking or not liking Chapter Approved. I've been occupied with other aspects of the hobby, which we will not get into. Tell me what's going on.
I mean, what's going on is just massive changes to points all around, uh, and specific rules. Specifically, the charging rules and fights first, fights last has been changed.
Has it been clarified?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been clarified, and obviously, different people have different opinions as to whether or not the point changes and the rule changes are good or bad, right?
Oh,
Like
that's
that's
every time.
yeah.
My Dark Eldar got hit for some points.
Yeah, but did they do anything about your crazy mortal wounds? Those
Mortal
flamers,
wounds?
your liquid flamer guns of
Yeah, those weren't
humanity.
mortal wounds, but they totally destroyed him.
Okay, they did. How they do that? Because I
They
know
made
that
it not
was
work with the flamers. They
So
basically said that this is not a valid pick in the codex any longer because it's just such a heavy nerf that it affects like 70% of the weapons that it could do anything with. So like it basically let you overcharge your range weapons. The problem is that the Coven don't have a lot of ranged weapons. So they nerfed literally like 70% of the weapons that they have.
Well, hold
Because
on.
they're all flamers.
They're all flamers. So they basically said no one's going to pick Dark Technomancers anymore because they literally are unusable.
Yeah, but you say that every time that something.
No, it's this time it's a fact because they literally don't exist.
This time it's a fact.
I mean, they
Okay.
were they were a stupid unit. I mean,
they're still good. Just going to change the Coven. They're
Right.
not going to be as powerful, but they're still good.
Which, by the way, we need a point of clarity. A couple people pointed out that you can't overwatch from a unit inside of a vehicle because that unit was not the subject of the charge, by the way. So
I don't, unless they change that in this new edition, which I haven't been notified of, you totally could.
They didn't call you up?
This is not an ultimately permissive system. It has to be said you can do this to be allowed to do it.
Right. You have to be the subject of the charge in order to overwatch. So I actually didn't lose that game as badly as I thought I lost that game. But that unit that cost, I think, 8 points, if I remember correctly, and had 30 guys in it, could
5.
assault and then 2d6 flame shots, which didn't matter that you just salted, right? Because they're flamers are immune to the hit modifier. And then they were like AP -2, 2 damage each.
Yeah.
And I'm exaggerating on the points. 5 guys was how many points?
60 points.
Jeez. I mean, they.
Hold on. You got 5 guys with the 2 damage weapon for 60 points.
That do
with AP guys
with AP -2
in a 5-man unit with a weapon.
Okay.
Right.
Understood. Gotcha.
2 damn
Almost like they
assault.
need a
They
poison
weren't
tough.
even just flamers; they were assault flamers. So he
Well,
could
all
move.
flamers are assault.
All
Okay,
flamers are
well, good for his flamers. Like they melted Space Marines like
yeah,
they
2
weren't
wounds,
there.
man.
Yeah,
Anything that does 2 damage is where it's at. That's
I have no feel badsies for the Dark Eldar. Everybody knew that was coming.
we
I mean,
did.
they over nerfed that part, but
No, we got to see what the tournament scene does in X, Y, and Z until we know that. They lost some easy win options.
yeah, they have plenty of other tools. I
Darn!
think. I think they have plenty of other tools. It's not a big deal. It's just the fact that now I have to figure out what I'm doing with my lists is all.
Well,
Yeah,
so
have you reconfigured? Like, how did the points change? How do these point
Basically,
changes
the
affect?
Raiders went up 10 points, so
good,
So
good.
that's your vehicles, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
You're
that's an
still
extra
gonna,
40 points.
yeah, you're still gonna take all of them.
Yeah.
Right. So what do you have to take out because those went up 10 points?
Probably a unit of those guys that flame things.
Out of how many units?
I
He had
think
2 of
three of
them.
them.
Oh, he had 3 of
Yeah,
them.
3 of them. Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
But that's the only point. That was the only major point change for Eldar.
I think that like one of the characters I don't use was changed.
Yeah, the
Just because
one that had a, and then they also made it so that that attack can't generate additional attacks
yes, they did change that, but I hadn't taken her, so
yet.
I
Yeah.
was going to. Let's just be fair.
Let's just be fair.
Let's be honest. I was going to abuse it, but
Yeah. So you're not mad about the nerf. You're mad about the
You
fact
didn't
that
get to
someone was
try
like,
out the
you
broken.
can't beat this dog again. Please stop.
oh, and listen, I don't think that's that big of a deal. I do think that they could have been a little less heavy-handed in that
So
aspect, but
so
honestly,
I saw a very interesting thing about this before they came out with the points and the changes and all that fun stuff, right? And a guy was like, "Hey, I don't think they should get rid of this completely. I'd like to see, some if you roll a 1, you lose a wound, right? You roll a 1 to wound, you lose a wound on the model.
that
Something
would
like
make it
that."
unusable too.
Okay, well, yeah, maybe. No, you would just have to be careful with them. It wouldn't be an auto murder whatever they get next to, which is kind of been the
I
name of
think
the
that
game
they're
for a
better
long
with.
time.
I mean, what I'm saying is that that would do the same thing. No one would take it for that either, because if there's it's just they're one wound models, and like if you would shoot it once, they would die.
Yeah,
Meh,
they're all T3, right?
Well, those
meh.
ones are T4, but it doesn't
What?
matter if you're getting mortal wounded.
It's true.
It's true. It's very
So,
true. So I get that, but
and
if
I listen. It probably wasn't great. I think that that's probably not the biggest part of the book that needed to be nerfed.
ooh, so then what need to be nerfed?
Um,
Tell us your
I
wisdom, Josh.
I think that probably witches and incubi probably should have went up a little bit.
They did not because
Yeah,
those were
they did
also
not. But I
like
think that
auto
those are
inflict
the
at least
real
one
strength of
unit.
the army now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can't complain about that. Oh, check this shit out. I don't know if I showed you guys these. I
Hold
found this
on.
stuff at a Michaels.
I just
Very
changed
cool.
to. Hold on. Let me get you.
What are you gonna do
Did they
with
come
those?
that color?
They did. This is exactly how they came out of the package. I just clipped off the little hangy whatevers, and now I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with them.
You're going to
Are you gonna
attach
put them
them
on
to your sandals.
no onto his tank top?
Oh.
Ooh,
So
cool.
I'm gonna do the skulls on the Osiris
Spoopy.
bone arch, whatever, as the cool plague masks because we live in a world of plague.
We
So
Interesting.
do.
that's my plan. I was really excited about them. I saw them. I was like, oh shit, I must have those. My wife is like, what are you doing?
I do like that you were just talking crap about AOS, and then you.
Most of my cool terrain is AOS terrain.
All
I
right.
like AOS
Well,
terrain, man. I like the models. I just like I can't do more than one game system
yeah,
at a
there was a
time.
bunch of new stuff about the new edition. My eyes started rolling back in my head. I'm like, holy crap! Like there's new abilities for heroes, new abilities for monsters, new
Yeah,
abilities for. I'm just like, oh my lord.
I need stuff to be easier,
Exactly. I'm like,
less
I think we should
complicated.
start a new reversion to 8th edition index only, the purest, best form of 40k ever
Mm,
created.
I I like that idea,
I mean,
Josh.
I have to say, like, I feel like in a certain way we've almost been duped a little bit.
Ooh, tell me
Mm,
how.
yeah.
So I feel because I know from talking to people who worked at Games Workshop, and I know from talking to people who work at Games Workshop. Games Workshop is a very sophisticated company. Okay, they don't like write a codex in a month.
Right.
You know, they plan things out over years.
Yeah, like
Okay,
3 years out.
yeah,
There's a
easy,
lot of money at
easy.
stake.
And for example, like even something as simple as a new sculpt for a Space Marine, you might think is one artist, but it's not. So there's like a guy who does just the torsos, and there's a chick who does just the legs, and there's another person who does the guns, right? And so it's not just one person sitting at a computer in ZBrush, you know what I mean, making a Space Marine. It's a whole team effort that's redesigning and resculpting this stuff. And when you're doing that, it obviously requires a sophisticated plan. So this whole like giant bloat that happened between 4th edition and 7th edition and then reset at 8th edition, I feel like they knew that they were going to just keep like they were going to redo that bloat again.
Yes.
You know
Yeah,
what I
They
that's
mean?
found a formula that actually suddenly worked really well and clicked, and they're trying to emulate that in a round two,
Right.
but
Right.
like refine it for more financial gain.
Right.
yep.
They are
Exactly.
business.
And so they intentionally like reset things to make them simpler and then knowingly is making it more and more complicated over time.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to be honest, it's a little bit of a turnoff. Um
Just a
I
little bit.
I love new models, right?
Don't we all?
I love new armies.
Mm-hmm.
I
Sexy new armies.
I hate relearning stuff for the things that I've already learned.
I hate having to know so many goddamn rules and the way they interact that I have to literally practice for the goddamn bar exam before playing a game.
And on that note, let's take a look at the errata for always fights first last. It's
Oh,
Someone's
literally
gonna have to teach me here.
it's literally a two-page document that includes one, two, three, four, five, six paragraphs, and then it has one, two, three, four bullet pointed sections in order to give you an example. So essentially, what they've tried to do, which I understand, is they're trying to clarify this pull between fights first, regular fight, and fights last. And when they came out with the units like the Justicar and the Stratagems, they started creating um, instances where it was very difficult to figure out who's going when.
Right.
So
protect.
now if a unit has charged, it gains fight first. So that's a really big deal. Okay?
Yeah.
That's a huge change to Warhammer 40K right there. Because what was happening is things were charging and then you'd have to elect which one was going to go first and then you would
Ah,
go back and forth and you might have had a stratagem that let you push one additional unit ahead or, you know, have a character that would put, you know, a unit behind, right?
Hey, real quick. So this was in the before Aaron times of 40K. Wasn't there like fighting initiative at some point?
Yes.
Doesn't that
There
just
was
seem like it sounds like it would be better to just have it that sort of table and just be like +1 to your initiative, plus minus two, whatever.
unfortunately, that would go against the paradigm they've built, where we're looking at maximum +1, -1 modifiers for stuff.
But only for
Um,
certain things.
yeah,
Not
no,
like
that's true.
everything
That's
is a
true.
plus one, minus
You know,
one.
you'd like to think that that would make it easier, but actually it just is more rule checking because you have to check
Yep.
for every unit and then it just becomes bothersome
Right,
rather
and then
than
you have
just going.
banners that are giving you +1. Anyways,
Yeah.
so first of all, the big change is that anything that charged now has the rule fights first. Okay, so if it's your turn
I like it.
and you're charging, like you get to fight first. Then it says a unit is a fight first unit whether it is under the effect of just one or multiple fight first rules. I don't know why that
Love it.
needed clarification, but
Well,
cool.
double fights first wouldn't be like super fights first, is what they're
Right, it
saying.
wouldn't
Is
be
that
fight
like double
twice.
strike?
Yeah, it's double strike. It's double strike. It becomes double strike. It becomes vigilance. You don't have to untap it. Um, a unit is fight last unit whether it's under the effect of just one or multiple fight last rules. Okay? Then further clarification, if a unit would be both fights first and fights last at the same time, it instead is designated as fights normally.
As fights normally.
I love it.
Right.
Okay.
So essentially, um,
So they do have an initiative scale, it's just 3.
Yep.
they do have an initiative scale. It's just 3. So they gave an example with the I call it a justicar, but it's adjudicator. Um,
I don't even think it's adjudicator, is it?
I thought it was a Justicar.
I thought it was a judicar.
adjudicar.
Oh, maybe it's all three.
JUDICIAR, whatever. Um,
Judicar. Okay.
and
I won.
so and so, he engages a unit um, that are fight first and fight last, and so they become fight normal, right?
Yep.
And they just kind of walk through it. So that's the big that's a really big change to 40k, just right off the bat.
I found that clarification to be extremely helpful.
I don't understand why there was a necessity to state if under the effect of multiple fight firsts. I guess people were having arguments like, "Oh, I have fight first, you have forces me to fight last, and then I have fight first again, so I still fight first." Right? So
Yeah,
like the
that
first two
must be the edge
cancel
case, yes.
and then the you know what I mean? Or vice versa. Like in what order are they stacking? And then, it's my turn, so I'm causing myself to fight first.
Or is there a fight stack?
Right, or is
Yeah,
there a
yeah.
fight stack? It
I
says
have
the
an
only
interrupt.
other thing that Rare Rule does is clarify which units are eligible to fight, and so can make use of the counter offensive stratagem, which lets a unit fight next. Okay? In practice, using the
Yeah.
above terms, you can select any fights first or fights normally unit for this stratagem,
But not fights last.
but not fights last. Right. So you can use the stratagem counteroffensive to essentially, I guess, I don't know why you would pick a fights first. Like I can't imagine why that would matter.
Well, if they've got multiple fights first models against your army, say they outcharge your army, then you
Uh-huh.
could.
Right, but if you're charging and I guess, I don't know. Essentially it lets you break in unless you
Um,
have the fights last condition.
I guess no. I would like. It doesn't Gazgul let you get models that are going to increase in damage and attacks and stuff like that as they're hurt, right? You are fighting 700 guardsmen, and they're not going to kill you. You get bonuses. You fight next as opposed to first. I mean, rare situations I could see it coming up.
Well, yeah, and that's why it says it's a rare rule clarity. Um, but yeah, that's one of the big changes. Uh, there's a lot of different opinions on what the new hotness is based on the points. You know what I mean? But
What's the consensus? I mean, I hear that the AdMech is super strong with their new book.
Yeah.
Yeah, AdMech. People seem to be really, really excited about AdMech. Some people think that Tyranids are gonna make a comeback.
Really?
And they think that Guard is gonna make a comeback.
A lot of chimeras in play. So glad I have 9.
And
All of my units can sit in a chimera and just swarm points. I can have just like 3 chimeras just chilling on a point, and you can be shooting those, trying to get onto the objectives, and
speak.
instead of shooting the Lehman Russes.
Yep. Speaking of chimeras and Guard, I absolutely absolutely love the new Ghosts models.
Yeah.
Yes, goose.
I think this squad is absolutely incredible.
Well, I love the old one, and the new one's just an improvement, which is rare.
Whoa.
Well, and
Wait a
let's
minute. I have
hold
to go
on.
back to main viewer.
Real fast. Let's be
Josh.
honest.
Yeah.
Josh, you think that when they re-sculpt models, they're worse than the old sculpts?
No, I just don't think they're like a huge improvement every time.
Huh. I would disagree.
Well, that's fine. You're allowed to.
Give me an example.
Uh, the Tau Commander battle suit.
No, I want Josh to give me an
Did you just
example.
give? Wait. Oh,
Commander
you're talking
Shadowstone.
about me.
The
Yeah,
broadside.
Josh,
The
give me
the
an
whole
example
Tau
of
army.
of a of a sculpt that a resculpt that was meh.
Gasmoon.
Nagash.
No.
Nagash?
Wrong. Get out of
If
here.
That
anyone's
is a
ever seen
very
the old
strong
Josh,
Nagash,
opinion.
it's
you are
awesome.
fired.
I just saw our subscriber count go down. Thanks, Josh.
You guys didn't think that that was correct? That's
No, I thought that
Oh.
Gosh was awesome.
Yeah, Nagash was amazing.
I'm just joking.
Okay.
I can't really think of one right now, but I don't necessarily think some models should be redone, is what I'm saying.
I understand. I really want to talk about the Battle Sisters, but I'm not going to. I'm closing the tab before we even open it because I cannot have the debate again
The
about.
sisters with shields look cool. The chicken walker ladies look cool.
Actually, I lied. I did put the Sisters with the shields on. I wasn't going to tell you guys because I was just going to pretend like I wasn't going to
Aha!
fight about it. Because I think the
Okay.
new Sisters look amazing.
I think they look super
Bro,
cool.
I'm with
And
you, Aaron.
It's
I'm with you, Aaron and Aaron.
whatever.
And there's so
It's
much stuff to
fine.
convert. There's so much kit bash. You could take any garbage you have from any kit and be like, you know what? These Sisters of Battle have XYZ, right? Cybernetic arms, legs, we got all the whole chick dimension where we do not have a lot of female representation in the models. And they're badass, right? I'm not so much a fan of the whole idea of faith points and such, but that's their magic. Tau don't have magic. It is what it is. And it seems really cool and different,
their
right?
dice are unplayable, though. I will say that.
And that is a
Most
strike
dice are
against them.
unplayable from GW.
Yeah, their dice are
They
unplayable.
specialize in that, honestly.
Yeah.
They have a special department in how to make unusable dice.
Yeah. So
Pretty
anyone
good.
out there who has GW's customer support email, shoot one off every now and then. Hey, your dice suck. Can you make it so that the 1 and the 6 are clearly a 1 or a 6?
And all and all the other numbers, please.
Oh yeah.
Or just even make them balanced. Cough, cough, Death Guard dice.
Oh my god, I
Totally
went all
balanced.
into the Black Legion dice, man. I got like 100 of those things because I was running all sorts of CSM and Apocalypse and stuff like that. So I was throwing buckets of dice. I kind of feel bad because those dice were terrible. Are terrible.
Wait, is that the one with the?
It's got the Chaos Eye with the 8-pointed star and the eye in the middle of it for the 6.
Yes.
And then they're real spiky, so it's kind of weird. You can tell the pips on most of them, but they're just terrible. They're not balanced dice. Like they're just GW does a great job manufacturing little plastic soldiers and a shit job manufacturing dice, and they just need to find a vendor and outsource that crap.
I know, like, if you watched our last battle report, which I hope you did, I was joking around with Josh a lot about him touching my dice.
I hate people touching my dice.
I like,
They're my dice.
I hate, I agree with that, but I actually think that everybody should play with one set of dice and that you should use a shaker. That's my opinion.
I get that, but I also am very specific about the way that I have like hand motions that I like to use depending on the amount
Right.
of dice
So you
that I'm
palm your
rolling.
dice.
Say whatever you want, but when you're throwing 30 dice at
I,
a time, it's kind of hard to palm dice, right? And the intention is not to roll the dice in a way that gives me the highest volume of sixes, though I'm very happy when that happens. A lot of it is to control the movement of the dice. I do a backspin on my dice so they do not fly everywhere across the
Right.
table.
So you
What?
should have
That's
a
not fun.
cup and a dice tray.
Yeah, I get that. I get that, but that's not the tactile thing that I like, right? So I understand your perspective. It
Aaron,
just goes against the thing I
one
like to do
further.
the most, which
Uh
is roll
huh.
dice.
Wasn't there a game? I think it was called Boggle or Bubble Boggle
Yeah,
or
where you just
something like
you
this.
popped the thing.
Yes.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
maybe just like you drop in the number of dice up top, you pop it, and boom, there you go. You got
That
your
is called the
randomization.
Popomatic bubble, by the way.
The Popomatic bubble. Everyone needs one.
Bro, Josh, you just got like cool points.
Yeah, thank you.
I had a wall in
Pop-O-Matic.
college where you would
Oh,
get
it's
a
in Trouble. The Pop-O-Matic bubble is in the game Trouble.
Yeah. Did you look it
Oh.
up to see if I was right?
Yeah, it's on screen right now.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm so excited
Yeah.
that I was right.
I'm so excited you got a cool point, man. You've been on
The
a
Pop-O-Matic.
rise
You're
today.
right. The Pop-O-Matic. Oh, that's
But
too funny.
It's
but
impressive.
I get what you're saying, right? And especially with the the proven and fucking
Hey,
real
I'm not talking
experience
about your narrative games, man. I'm talking about you show up to a
GW tournament.
convention like Adepticon and you walk up
Mhm.
to a table and there's a dice box and there's a dice cube and there's two cups. And part of your entry fee is that you get a cool Adepticon dice cup to take home, right?
Hey,
And everybody puts their dice in that dice cup and you shake them about and then you dump them into the 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 dice tray, and then at the end of the game you pick up all the dice and you put them back into the dice cube and leave them
and
for the next tournament
and I
round.
get that, but then it's like we're playing digital, fucking
No, digital
whatever.
dice don't. Computers are really bad at making things
They
random.
are
Actually, they're
so
really
bad
really
at
we're really
randomizing.
really bad at randomness. I mean, we are so bad at randomness that some of the best random generators that they use in order to do like encoding is like measuring pulsars, right? Like they literally look out into space and take the average wavelength of light in the area of space and then try to use that in order to create a random generator.
Well, that
Not even
just sounds
kidding.
dumb.
So dice are great, but when I'm in a tournament setting, A, I want to be able to read people's dice, and B, I just think everybody should use the same dice. I think that should be standard practice.
I
Well,
think
and
they should just have a guy in a room with that's sitting in a chair named Paul, and he
And
just
he
shouts
rolls
out
all the
random
dice.
numbers.
uh,
Just shouts out random numbers.
57. I only had two guys. They did really good.
Oh,
But I
Paul.
get this. I get the sentiment. I don't want to lose that aspect of the hobby. The physical rolling dice is one of
But
my.
you're still rolling the
See,
dice.
I think we should
But
just
I'm
use
not.
charts that have the exact average so that there's no
No.
dice rolling. It's
So you
just
just want a
pure
math you just want a
strategy.
Yeah.
math hammer?
You just
Math hammer, pure
want to
strategy.
play Excel and not miniature. So you want to paint miniatures while you're playing a spreadsheet, which
You know
I
what? Actually, that now that you say that out loud, I'm really into it.
See?
and that's okay. I get you, but the randomness of the dice is
Uh,
such an important part in playing the game. And again, to me personally, as a sportsman in this sport, I like the physical rolling the dice. Like that is my favorite part.
okay, so what about using?
Throwing
I have to
dice.
get you on board. I'm like invested now.
Okay, do it. Try.
All right.
Try.
So, will you accept the dice box?
Um, if it's large enough,
Yeah,
yes.
a nice large dice box. Okay.
Give me 2 feet by 2 feet. I'm good.
All right. Big ass dice box.
Big
Cool.
ass dice box. Because again, I might have to
Box.
roll 100 dice, and
No, for sure, for sure.
they gotta be real dice because I'm a blind
Now,
motherfucker.
I'm gonna get rid of the cup.
Okay.
You don't have to use the cup.
Yep.
But there is a popcorn bowl full of dice that both players have to use.
Cool.
All right. I
Roll
win.
the dice in the dice box. Put them back in the popcorn bowl. Rinse and
Exactly.
As long as I get to physically hold the dice and throw them, I don't give a shit what you do. They got to be legible. They got to be big enough for me to see from across the table, right? So none of those little tiny mofuckers, right?
Oh,
None of that.
let me tell you guys a story. Let me tell you guys a story.
Do it to it.
So, I was playing in a lunchtime league for the skirmish version of Old Fantasy Warhammer
At the
um,
bunker.
at the bunker, and
Regiment of Renown, my friend.
Regiment of Renown. That's right. And I was doing really well. Um, I would think I was in like second place or third place or first place for a while, and I was playing this guy, and he was playing Bretonia, and Bretonia has like the 2-up armor, and at the time they ignored 2 rend, right? So it was essentially he just had 2-ups all the time, and this dude rolled 2 dice. He brought 2 dice for the entire game. Okay? And
No.
he would launch the dice up into the air, like doing this weird backspin, so that the die would like fly 2 or 3 feet up in the air and then slam down on the table. And in most cases, it would slam on top of my models.
No.
Dude, that sounds baller.
Dude,
Right?
I'd
And
fucking
like,
punch you in the
and then
face.
like first of all, he rolled every single 2-up one at a time. He never rolled more than 2 dice. The only time he rolled the 2 dice is when you had to do a roll that was 2d6, right? Otherwise, he rolled 1 dice at a time. He didn't roll a single one in both of the games that I played. And in the second game, halfway through the game, I just quit. I just quit the game after we had an argument over the distance between the models, right? Because it was really important whether the charge made it. And then he rolled the dice, and they knocked half my models onto the floor. Like he literally just threw the die into my models.
Bro, I would have
Wow.
slapped his army on the floor.
And I just picked up my
Oh,
stuff and I went to the GM and I was like, you can figure out whoever you want to win this tournament. I'm out of here.
oh, fuck
So
that
it's
guy.
like the problem is like I
Don't be a
understand
jerk with your die.
I understand like okay, so that guy was a jerk, so don't punish everybody because one guy's a jerk. But there's too many situations when you're hanging out with people who aren't just, you know, your
Cool guys.
friends,
Cool guys
cool
say it.
guys that and gals that
And gals.
it just gets so questionable. You know what I mean? And all of these cheating scandals are so subtle now
Yep.
um, that
Well, because we have an honor system to a lot of the dice rolling. There is a code of conduct to the game, and part of that is a wash your ass. Following that is actual
Yeah, that's a social
how
contract everyone doesn't keep up.
exactly right. But we have to reiterate it in our hobby. It is required. That's all there is to it. So point number one in any tournament you go to, please take a bath. Right? Please take care of yourself because you are impacting the people around you when you have to stand 3 to 6 feet away from someone 3.5 hours. Like, and it is not appropriate to be like, oh, I play Nurgle, so deal with the stench.
Yeah,
No.
that shit ain't cool.
Okay.
oh
So
my
so
god,
so following on that,
there's a giant spider in my room.
kill
He's
it,
your friend.
kill it, kill it. But following that,
That's
right?
his
Part of
house
it is
now.
that you are going to be honest about your rules, right? Maybe not forthright and giving you information, right? Because gotcha moments and all that fun stuff. You're not required to tell people what everybody does.
Shit, I didn't
But
kill it. I didn't kill it.
someone
I didn't kill it.
but if someone asks you what you're doing, or what that unit does, right, and just stops playing and says, hey, what do those guys over there do? Right? You are obligated to tell them all the things.
So
You
there's an
know?
open rule system.
Exactly, right? And because otherwise we would be like, okay, well, hold on, stop. Let me go borrow my friend's
Oh, for
Necron
fuck's sake!
stuff up.
Okay, Lems, I apologize. The Silent King.
Oh
The
no.
only thing I had to kill the spider was the Silent King box.
I think
Oh,
Lems
boy.
will get over it.
It's
He
still
Oh.
in.
comes with
It's still in the
bonus spider
wrapper.
guts.
It's
Just write authentic CGN
Some
dead spider
little
in
basing
Sharpie.
material
dude. The
there for
spider
you,
is freaking
Lems.
like the size of like a dollar coin. Like holy crap.
just wants to be your friend,
Ugh.
you know. But so right, so transparency and honesty with rules, right? That you're going
But
to
but the
measure
thing is, like, the transparency with the
correctly.
honesty and rules is like the rules are so complicated now, and
So is honesty and transparency.
no, but it's
Right.
like
No, I
I
get
don't
It
where you're
makes
I
it
coming
don't know
from.
I don't
harder when the rule set is so complicated. Is
right. It
what you
makes it
mean.
harder to follow what
Mhm.
the other person is doing and know that they're doing it right, like whether or not they're doing fights first, right or not, or for example, you know what I mean, like with the
Or
minus
even,
one damage for Death Guard and saying that it applies to mortal wounds. You know what I mean?
yep.
Like I don't think I would even know to look that up, and pretty much the only time I look things up is to make Josh angry,
Yes.
Fair, fair.
And the
right?
majority of the time, you are incorrect.
Mm,
Hmm.
that's true. That's true. That's true. Um,
But I'm not ever not wrong 100% of the time. So I
um,
am wrong sometimes.
but that being said, there's still a lot. We still made a huge number of mistakes in the last game.
Yeah, I
You know
mean
what I
it's
mean?
so just doing the the points was like quantum physics. Now I'm just like, ugh.
Oh yeah, I don't know if we talked about this on the stream or not, because I know it's in the video. So I went to make my 1,000 point list in the Warhammer app, right?
How'd that go?
So I I didn't get my bikes done. I didn't get my chapter master on the bike done. So I supplemented so that we could still play the game with the my regular guys that I painted last year, which was fine. So I had my 1,000 points, but I was making the list and I was at 995 points. Okay, and I went into the ATV to upgrade one ATV to a multi-melta, and it said multi-melta 5 points, and
Yeah.
I clicked on the 5 point update, right? And then I went back to the main screen and it gave me an error over points. Your army is now 1,115 points. Then I went back to the ATV and I unclicked multi-melta and it said 5 points and put me back at 995 points.
Hmm.
So I don't know if that multi-melt is 5 points or 20 points. But we
Uh,
were just like,
Wow.
whatever.
yeah, that's weird. Well, there are definitely still problems, and I've been trying to really advocate for the GW. Yeah, no, it sucks. It's bad. Like I see what they're trying to do, I see where they're going, but it's like none of them have ever used Battlescribe or something.
Right?
Yeah, it's the clearest example of a person who's never had to build a list, right? The engineer who's never had to print a piece of paper in his life designing how a printer works.
Yeah,
And
that is kind of how it
anyway,
feels.
yeah, and it's
Oh
just
my
like,
gosh.
guys, come on.
Get another spider.
But don't engineers build airplanes?
But they do. They do.
And then they give
But they
them
How's
don't
that going
build
for Boeing
no,
right now?
and then
but
they
they're
give
not
them to crazy people to fly.
no, but they're not building airplanes. Engineers are building components of airplanes. They're building a thing that works right that they've built 7 billion of before,
Yeah. And
right?
then probably some sort of aeronautics engineer designs the plane. So,
Yeah, so there's
Yeah.
components and
yeah.
compartmentalization, and
Okay.
that.
Can I talk about some models that I don't like?
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Wait, you
So
don't like some models?
I don't like something. Can you believe it?
No, I
Can the
can't.
internet believe it that I have an opinion about something that I don't like? Um, so we're in the How Age of Sigmar Domination box set draws on 40 years of Warhammer history, and they're showing off the new Orcs.
Cruel
Uh,
Boys.
yes, which I really really like until we get to these weird
The Hobgoblins.
hobgoblins.
Yeah, those are really ugly.
I really really dislike these models.
I gotta go look at stuff.
Here, I'll link it for you.
Oh, in the Facebooks,
I'll
in the
link it
Faces.
for you in the Facebooks.
Oh nope, that's not the Facebooks.
Yeah,
I
they
just
swung
I just
hard
sent
into
it.
the Lord of the Ring Orakai sort of vibe, didn't they?
They're like, we already make these.
I
Yeah.
mean, I like the I see what you're saying. I like the orcs. I just don't like whatever these
Okay,
are.
so I got dudes with shields.
Below that, the tan
The
ones.
yellow guys. They're like bright
The
yellow,
yellow
and they
guys.
have like
Okay.
the baby
Oh.
Deadpool legs.
Yes,
Maybe
they
that's
do
what
have
it
the
is.
Yeah.
baby Deadpool legs.
I think their gear is pretty neat, but yeah,
I don't know.
I hate orcs, so you're not gonna you don't have to do a lot to convince me that these models suck dick.
Well, I like
like
overall. I like the new orcs.
Yeah, I like the new AOS and 40k orcs overall.
Yeah.
I like the new 40k
Yeah.
orcs a little bit. They're
Yeah.
all. It's kind of like they did a little bit of swap. Well, they don't. Everything doesn't just feel like a different sort of orc boy. Now they're actually
Yes.
starting to be a little bit different.
It's like the skeleton. It's like this.
Fair.
It's like the zombies and the skeletons. They are now getting a little bit of you know,
Uniqueness,
differentiation.
flavor.
I
Yeah.
think that's a word.
Yeah. Okay, well I can get behind that. I still don't like orcs. I think they're the silliest and most absurd thing and should not have any
Oh,
place
they
in
Yeah, I
the
saw
are.
you
game.
posted that you would remove them as a race
I have
from 40K.
I would remove them from the game in a heartbeat. I despise orcs. I
Is it
literally
because they put a
play
little too much
people
ham
to
in the
kill their
Grimdark?
orcs.
It
No,
for
it's
me
Because he
like
plays
because
Tau.
they are
for
they're dumb. Oh my god, you should see what 10,000 points of Tau do to some orcs.
T5 now, buddy.
It don't matter, bro. It don't
I
matter.
I
You can be
I've
freaking
never been a
awesome.
huge orc fan. I'll be honest with that.
Welcome to the Warhammer
It
Skull
seems like a
Showcase.
conversion nerd's paradise.
It is a conversion nerd's
It
paradise, and I'm gonna get.
it seems like the laziest shit you could
I
ever do in world building. Anyway, I'll stop complaining about orcs because it's going to kill all of our subscribers because it is a very unpopular standpoint. So orcs are good. I
yes.
love them.
All right,
You
hey,
can have
go
an
to my
opinion.
screen real quick.
Go to your screen.
Do you have an orc?
No, but I just want to show you how crazy I'm painting this guy right now. He's like
All right.
super bright blue and purple, and I'm gonna do gold, like bright golds. He's gonna be
Oh my
so
goodness.
ugly.
He's gonna be
Have you fixed
hideous.
the tentacle girl yet?
She's painted.
Yeah, but have you made her look not stupid?
No, she looks great.
Ooh.
Well, I haven't
Yeah,
seen it
this
since
is
you put the
the
washes
fighting
on.
word.
You promised that the washes were gonna make her look not stupid.
Listen, you complained so much about my paint jobs, and remember how angry you were that I didn't paint the board purple, and now you have to admit that it's cool as heck.
The board is cool as heck, but I don't have to admit that it would be cooler if it was purple.
And that's a hard standpoint to argue against, Aaron.
I do think that the board looks really good. Do you have by the way, do you have a picture of the board that I can throw up?
I can bring the board over here.
Do it. Get the
Hit you with
board.
this board, the people's board. No,
Yeah, this
it's probably
board
because
was
The Rock never threw anyone off of the announcers or off the of hell into the announcers table.
yes. No one did that.
Yeah, that's why. That's
In
why the bad
1993.
Okay.
joke.
Or was it 1996?
You know, someone might have to chime up and tell us.
Well,
Oh my gosh! It does look. It looks really good.
Oh,
And
it is pretty awesome.
wow.
Yeah.
Look at that. That is gorgeous.
I'm
Now-
so
There's
happy
purple
you dropped
smoke.
that.
and there is purple smoke, which I do appreciate that you painted the smoke
Yeah.
purple.
look at I did.
So you got
OSL
the-
in this
Yep,
thing.
well, that's a soul pit, right?
Yeah, soul pit. I got a couple monster pits.
Yeah, that's where the monster spawn out of.
Yeah.
Nice,
Got
nice.
some
You get-
shrines.
Yep.
Awesome. So
Yeah,
now take
yeah.
that level of awesomeness and fix Tentacle Girl.
She's already fixed. She's beautiful.
All right, clearly I need to be the judge on whether Tentacle Girl.
Okay, it's this amazing, like ridiculous
Nope.
tentacle
Send me.
like model.
Ujasha.
And Josh painted her like Ursula.
Just someone send me a picture of this model.
And he
Facebook.
promised, and the colors were so stark and horrible, but he promised that the wash was going to fix it all. I haven't seen it with the wash yet.
Well, I'm sorry. She looks beautiful.
Well,
Should
Josh, it
probably
sounds
go.
like you
Is
need
it
to take
in
a
the
post in
Discord,
Facebook.
Josh?
Yeah, I'm sure it's in the Discord. You can
Oh,
dig
well,
in
then you
there.
should maybe just go look at the Discord.
All right, I'll go to the
We have a whole
Discord.
hobby section.
Imagine that.
We
You
do?
guys could follow along with us.
Yep.
There's the board.
All right, I'll go Discord searching.
There's more pictures of the board.
So you said hobby progress?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I really like how you did Piper.
That wasn't me, but
That was
I
me.
don't know
Thank
who
you.
Piper is.
Oh
The
wow.
judgment model.
This is gorgeous. Dude. That is
What?
awesome.
What, Piper?
Yeah.
Who's Piper?
I need
Uh,
to put
Piper
this on
is
the screen.
a character from Judgment that is like a hybrid tank that can sneak around, like a rogue tank, basically.
But
And
what's
the
she look
model
like?
is like this dude with like double stabby knives coming around a corner, and then from around
Oh,
the other corner is an illusion of her or him.
nice. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
I just put eyes on that, and that is pretty dope. That
Yeah.
is really dope.
That's
Okay,
really
so
that's
where's
really awesome.
Tentacle Lady?
I don't know. I
got
still haven't
some
found Tentacle Lady. It's just
stuff.
Josh posting
I got a big turkey.
pictures of
I
his
got some
board.
arms. I got a Land Raider with a whirlwind turret on top, which is dope as fuck. Whoever built that, I love it. Gazgul. Some
Oh my
infiltrators.
god.
Cipher.
She's so bad.
what?
Okay,
Oh
but how
my
far do I have
god.
to scroll?
I'm so glad you like her.
Everything around her is so good, and then you have this amazing tentacle lady, and you just destroyed her. I have to go
so
buy.
wrong.
I have to go buy my own.
I mean, the base is really cool, but yeah, man, those
She could have been so
yeah,
cool.
You were
she could
so
have been so.
wrong.
And I'm not saying just for the sake,
Look at the
I'm not
lava
saying that I
guy.
could've-
Look at the lava guy. And how
Right?
awesome the lava guy is. Look at the chick summoning the skull magic.
Remember when she would have been able to be played by you if you would have
I mean, when I
brought her?
stole her from you because you were
Yeah,
being
you
a
did.
jerk and you weren't sharing any of the cool models.
I gave you models to paint, and then you got one, and you never painted it. See how good she looks? She looks so good. Look at her Cthulhu thing.
Yeah,
Oh,
you could have painted Piper.
I could have painted Piper. Um, but I let somebody in need paint Piper.
Yeah,
Doesn't need to paint
you
models.
you clearly don't like that Wujasha. She looks great to me.
I literally have to buy a new one.
Well, good.
Ugh.
We need to for some scenarios.
I'm upset that she's not a character.
I
To
am.
like a playable character.
Do you know she drops a soul if you kill her?
Yeah, I read that some of the bigger monsters drop if it's not just that stupid dog, they'll drop a soul.
Well, only her she does. Some of the other ones do other stuff. Like the fire dude gives you a thing that lets you upgrade one of your stats permanently.
Wow.
So it's like,
It's like a set bonus in Diablo.
yeah, bro, it's cool. It's actually super cool. You defeat a monster, you get some loot.
Yeah.
So Aaron,
Yes.
have you played any Judgment?
Played Vassal game with Josh, and we're looking to get some games in maybe this week, actually.
Talk to me about it. Talk to me about the Vassal game.
So if you don't know, Vassal is a 2D kind of like tabletop simulator.
But old school.
Yeah, and definitely very old school, kind of pre-tabletop simulator. This like module sort of like gaming system that you can just kind of build whatever you want, and so it's all top down. It looks like you're playing with pogs on a hex grid map, and it does have all the rules in there. You can see all the cards and everything, but it's all DIY, pretty much. And so we were playing some of that just to get some practice games in, get a feel of it. Just doing some 3v3 stuff. It's all right. It was for me very difficult to tell where like shrines and things were because it's just like a little red line from top down view. And it wasn't
Yeah, the Facile
Isn't
is
very good.
just like a stopgap, honestly.
Yeah, it is.
Is there no tabletop simulator for Judgment?
Don't
No,
think so.
somebody's got to build that.
Yeah, someone have to build all that. But looking forward to hopefully getting some games in here. And also, Josh has a giant box of Judgment models for me that he's been collecting now that he has basically every Judgment model now. Judgment V1. Is that right,
Missing
Josh?
3.
Which three are you missing?
Missing Sky, Terra, and Zim.
Oh, and Zim. Okay. So Terra is a rock monster, and that's
Yep.
another NPC. Oh, wait. No, wait. That
Yeah,
was
it's a monster. Yeah.
Is it one that in V1 that actually spawns? I know in V2 that it can, and it's also
Yeah,
what
no, there's
Gendris
V1
can
most of
summon at
them
V
and V2.
level 3.
Yeah, they're very
Um,
strong.
Sky is that elf blind monk
Yep,
dude, and then Zim is the future version of Zaron.
that's correct.
No, not Zaron. The
Sauron, that's correct.
is it? Oh, okay. Yeah, he's a lich from the future, which is pretty neat. We've been getting into the lore a little bit, Josh and I. And one of the things that's really cool is, these are like this is a plane of battle, and so timelines are irrelevant.
Yeah.
I like it.
So they're pulling people from certain points in or different points in history of this world. So there's one character who's
It's
uber
like Mortal Kombat.
powerful. Well, yeah.
Mortal Kombat.
Exactly. And there's one dude who's super powerful that wasn't he one of the first or the first that got pulled
Sauron, yeah.
into the
Sauron, Sauron was
into
the first summon.
yeah, into the Midlothian or whatever.
Midian. Shadow
Midian.
Realm.
The Shadow Realm, because
Why
there's
didn't you
three
just call it?
planes of
Why not just
existence.
call it the Nephilim, whatever, like everyone else does?
It's the middle round, middle lands,
Yeah,
whatever.
Nephilim level 2.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. Yeah, Diablo. Right, we get it.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
No, every game,
Every game.
every
But
game.
doesn't that come from Diablo?
The
Well,
Neph well,
I
isn't the Nephilim
there's
in the
Nephilim?
Bible? Isn't
Yes.
that the child
Well, yes, but we're talking yes.
of an angel and a human?
And that's exactly what they are in Diablo.
Yes, but that's not the realm. The, there isn't a Nephilim realm.
No,
just
but
Yeah.
the name of
Okay.
the realm.
just
Anywho.
rename it.
So I want to go back to the whole timeline thing, which
Yeah.
is really cool because that explains how the same character can be on the same board for each other.
Yes.
Which no other game really deals with. I can play Blood Angels versus Blood Angels, and they're both Mephiston fighting each other, but in this game, it actually makes sense why you would be fighting each other, and sometimes for a totally different god.
Yeah, it's like Blue Blanca versus Green Blanca.
No.
I don't
Yeah,
no, I don't think so.
I
No.
I appreciate that, but
It's like White Pants Raikou versus Red Pants Raikou.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and what was the explanation for that?
That they
Mortal
are
Kombat.
that they are pulled from different realms and different times.
Oh yeah,
Are
did
they
you just
really?
make this up now?
No, didn't you watch the latest Mortal Kombat movie?
No, I did not.
Well, you should because it's freaking amazing.
Okay. Well, I don't have time. I'm
Kombat.
doing too many side projects.
Okay, well, while you're doing a side project, everybody should watch Mortal Kombat.
So I have a question for you guys. Does anybody use green stuff on the regular?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
So after you have set something like a joint, do you rip it apart and then clean up the pieces and then glue them back together?
What are you talking about?
So I use green stuff all the time, and if I use it for a major component of a miniature,
Uh-huh.
such as, attaching an arm to a torso like I'm doing right now, right? I will not spend the time to clean it while I am building it. I will wait till it dries. I will pull it apart because it's very easy to pull apart unless you do extremely silly things to it. Um, and then I just put it right back together with some glue after I've cleaned it up. And now I don't have any sort of weirdness in my joint. It's perfect.
No, I don't use green stuff like that. If I'm building a model and it has a weird joint, I'll just use super glue and zip kicker to get it in the position that I want and let that dry, and then go back in and sculpt in the green stuff, and then I don't have to
Yeah,
take anything
that's what I do
apart.
as well. I will add sometimes I'll add baking soda instead of green stuff, but yeah, I do
Yeah, you
super
can
glue
also
and
build
zip
off that.
kicker, and then I do the green stuff as more of a gap filler.
Yep.
Special Games Day, not Captain Sergeant.
Isn't that
Always.
that's not
Model.
is that the Games Day or is that the Australian?
This is one of the Games Day official special guys. I could look up what it is, but I sold a bunch of them and saved one to build it. So
Nice.
yeah,
His
he's super
arms
cool. He's gonna be a Dark Angel Sergeant.
his arm looks really skinny for some reason.
It's just because the power fist.
The power fist
Plus
ruin.
the lighting and the weirdness of the black paint and all that fun stuff. I gotta prime him again because I added more shit to him. But one of my favorite models.
Yeah,
So
he's a cool
yeah,
one.
yeah, he's a good one. So that's why I can't get rid of the firstborn dudes, man. Got this whole firstborn army in process for
So
my Dark
Josh,
Angels.
Josh and Aaron,
Guys,
Yeah,
when you get in your 1,000 point games
we
against each
just
other
were talking
going.
about that today.
Yeah, we were just talking about that. We're hoping this weekend. That is a potential plan if I can get out to the studio. And Josh can get out to the studio. We can get a
Nice.
1,000 point game in.
Wow,
This is
Sean did he just pull a paint tray from out of his stomach?
yes.
It's I like the view of Josh right now. It's just his visor. He's intently looking at something. It's just the top of his head and a visor.
Just making sure those blends are crisp on this Kraken monster thing.
yeah. I'm painting white onto the model where I painted over that stuff that's supposed to be white.
I do that a lot.
Don't clean up white, or don't have to clean up white.
I
Well,
mean,
I'm going to
sucks.
contrast it, so it needs to be white.
Oh yeah.
technically, this weekend will be hopefully the first weekend in my new place.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
Um,
Does that mean next weekend coming to you live from
dude,
the
I don't
new?
know what I'm gonna do. Um, because I don't have the office and the master bedroom is not going to be done.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the movie The Money Pit?
No.
I'm
With
Hanks.
Tom Hanks, classic,
Oh,
classic,
with the house,
classic.
about the house?
Yeah.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I see you just hanging off of like some stairs that are no longer there. Or like going to sit down on the toilet and it just falls through to the storefront below you.
Wow.
that that would be things going wrong on the toilet is like my worst nightmare.
Like the
Uh,
Ghoulies, where the dude comes out of the toilet.
Oh, also things coming out of the toilet. The X-Files episode of the creature that lived in
Oh,
the
porta potty.
sewer and it came out of the toilet. God, I hate that episode.
Yeah, that one was
And I
bad.
think, and here's what's even worse about that episode. I'm pretty sure that the establishing shot for that episode is the Octagon building in Oak Brook, Illinois, which is near where I grew up.
Yep.
And so it was like the monster was like at my house. It was like shot at my house.
oh yeah, it's right in your neighborhood. It could have come up your pipes.
That's the worst. Do you ever get? Do you have to worry about that in Florida, Sean, with alligators?
Not as much. I
Just
mean,
rats.
What
I've
about
never run
snakes?
into that. Nope, nope. I don't have a lot in my neighborhood or anything like that. But dude, you go hiking or some shit. You never know what's gonna happen.
I
Like
did.
you go
I
on one
was
of the
changing
trails.
a light bulb in my mom's house in Texas, and a scorpion fell out of the light bulb.
Awesome.
Like or not out of the light bulb, out of the what do you call it? Like the covering,
The fixture.
the fixture. That was terrible.
He just wanted to get it warm,
Yeah, he was very dead.
but he got too warm.
So here's the next question. We all know about the amazing crab, but who also really likes the fish?
I think the fish is
Fish
all
is
right.
kind of cute.
I like the fish. And
I
then
was just worried about his contact points because they're very tiny.
they are very tiny. And then apparently there's a Goa'uld that's coming out of one of the elf people.
Sounds like Starhawks had a Goa'uld come out of his toilet bowl. According to
Once
chat.
I had a house centipede inside the toilet bowl. Yeah, I've had a house centipede come out of the not the toilet bowl. That's terrifying. I'd have to destroy the toilet. Um, I had it come out of the tub drain. It was
Guys,
awful.
I can't find my gold. Never mind. False alarm. I
False,
found it.
false alarm. False
Oh
alarm.
my gosh, we're both shaking paint at the same time, Sean, and it was really freaking me out.
No, I'm shaking paint with you.
Oh my god, we're all doing it.
I'm not. I don't have.
So I figured out
anything.
this super cool thing, and I'm sure everybody else does it too. But so now for the lenses, I don't do anything but paint them white and contrast, and they are beautiful.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it is
Works.
the easiest, best thing I have ever invented. You're
You
welcome.
invented
universe.
it?
He did.
Oh.
Yeah,
He did.
heard it here first. No, but seriously, like it's a game changer for me. I mean, I still
Game
can't
changer.
paint the white in the right place. You know,
But
but
it doesn't look as bad.
it doesn't look as bad as they did before.
Hey, that's good.
Yeah. Progress and
Just
shit.
painting gold here. Don't mind me.
Are you using that sweet Vallejo?
I'm not.
panel
Do you know
stuff?
why?
Why?
No, I don't know
Because
why.
it dries too fast and it annoys me.
Well, you paint too slow.
No, I'm just using the old GW flash wash method, which I think looks pretty good too.
Flesh wash method.
Good old flesh wash.
Yeah, you flesh wash gold and it looks amazing.
Oh, Reichland flesh shade. Yeah, I do that as well. It is actually that's how I shade my golds. I thought you were using flesh wash as like some sort of non-metallic metals trick.
Okay, you should have just stopped right there and went, wait, Josh is doing non-metallic metals, does not compute. And then
That's exactly why I questioned it.
Wait, you're doing
You shouldn't even
non-metallic
compl-
metals?
Why are you doing non-metallic metals?
What?
Are you using contrast paints, the contrast non-metallic metals that they have?
No, I hate them.
Yeah, they're awful. I
They're
don't know who would
terrible.
use it. It's like, here's a gray and we're going to call it silver.
Yeah.
It's a
The
gray
only
wash.
one that I sometimes use will do the Nas drag yellow for gold sometimes. Because you can get away with that.
I'm a
Because you-
fan of the Nas drag yellow.
That
So
one
you
is
do
not bad.
non-metallic metals.
No, they're not non-metallic. They're just a wash.
Yeah.
I
that-
have
this is-
actually done non-metallic gold in the past. Way back in the day. And then I went, wait, never again.
Wait. That takes time.
I've only really attempted it once.
How did it go?
That it went fine. I made a pretty cool axe. I didn't feel like it was cool enough that I wouldn't just use silver and then a wash and then a highlight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it's great on display minis, but not super practical, I feel, for getting some more games in and want to get stuff on the table.
You know what I just realized?
What'd you realize?
I did not wash this model, and I can't confirm that it has been washed. It was sent to me fully built, but it might not have been washed, so I better seal the living garbage out of this guy.
Like physically washed with soap.
Because it's resin.
Yeah.
Because it's
Yeah.
resin. I was really confused for a second. I'm like, what would he be worried about being on the model?
Josh.
Release agent.
Yes, release agent.
Apparently, Creature Caster does not use a weird release agent, so you don't have to wash their models. I didn't know that.
Yeah, but
What?
I still do.
Yeah, that's what Peter says.
Okay.
You know, good for Peter.
How do they pop them out then? Just vigorous force, lots of shaking.
Lots
Good,
They don't.
proper molds.
Yeah, that could do it.
Fair point.
Push, push, push.
Go!
Sometimes I feel like GW models come and then they have a little bit of like oily residue
Oh,
on them.
absolutely. Yeah, even some of the plastics now feel like it.
Yeah.
Whereas they didn't really before. I didn't notice.
Bruh.
Bros.
Bruh.
There's a lot of oils on there. Make sure to wash your models.
Always
Oh
wash-
no, I got gold on my fingers. You know what? It's okay. We got Chipotle napkins right here.
Chipotle.
Yeah, I wonder if I should just be a shareholder with Chipotle at this point, honestly.
Yes.
I mean, if you weren't a shareholder with GW already, why not? Why now with Chipotle?
Well, because I literally eat Chipotle like 6 times a week.
Oh.
Sometimes multiple times in a day.
You're also a bad GW customer because you get most of your stuff secondhand for a great discount.
Yes, this is true.
That's not being a bad GW customer.
What is happening? The gold is on the table.
I wish we could see what was happening, but it's just the top of your head, so you're not even on screen.
Oh, it's like down the side of it and like onto the table.
Instead of the wackadoo lenses, you need to have a GoPro on your forehead so we can see what's going on.
We can watch you be concerned about whatever's happening, but we can't actually watch what's happening.
I'm Concernicus.
I like it.
Oh, and the lenses are back down. And we're back to the top of Josh's head. Wow, there we go.
What is this? Now you see my crotch. I don't know if you want to see that.
Well, don't point it out.
Stupid green go. That's not it.
How's the painting going there, Sean?
It's going pretty good, but I can't find my green.
Uh-oh. You have nothing but green models in front of you. You can't find your green?
I have a specific green that's...
It's right behind your water cup.
That is not it.
Okay.
Oh, that would have been so... Because there's two green... Yeah, there's
so
there's a green right there.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
It is not. Oh, well.
All right, well, we are getting down to the end of the show. Very
Really?
high energy show today. What do you guys want to talk about? We got a little bit less than 15 minutes left, and so we got 3 minutes till hobby check-in.
I want to talk about where my stupid German green gray went.
No, I don't. You know what I want to talk about? I want Josh's hot takes on this MODOK show.
I actually watched the first episode and I was bored.
I hate it.
Yeah, because I watched the first episode and I was just like, kind of dumb. Like, great cast of voices.
Yeah, but
I can't stand Patton Oswalt's voice.
Well, something's wrong with you. I like Patton Oswalt.
I like Patton Oswalt stand-up, but I don't like his voice.
Weird.
Anyone doesn't know, MODOK character from the Marvel Universe.
Also the
Josh,
dumbest character ever made.
Aaron's
Tell us
favorite
more.
character of all
Agreed.
time.
Who is MODOK, Josh?
MODOK is a mobile organism designed only to kill.
Which was created by AIM.
Yes, that's true. I'm surprised you know some lore.
Well,
Is
AIM,
AIM Agents
AOL
of
Instant
Hate?
Messenger?
AIM is in the movies. So
AIM is applied mathematics or something. I don't know.
I don't remember, but it
They're
is
supposed to be scientists.
Iron Man 3, right?
Yeah.
So MODOK is the giant brain.
It's the dumbest. It's the dumbest.
Or giant head.
Dumbest. It's dumber than Orcs.
It is dumber than Orcs.
It was
dumber
made
than
by
Orcs.
Jack Kirby in the 60s.
So what? Who
Anything
cares?
about anything except for dumber
It's
than
so
Orcs.
dumb. And I was really like, here's the thing. I was actually really excited for the show. Because I wanted to watch it so I could talk about it with Josh. Because Josh is my friend, and so I'll do things that he likes. B, I was hoping that it would be a fun show that I could watch with Adam, but it's TVMA,
Yeah.
and it's not even good TVMA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
So
real disappointing.
I saw an ad recently for something like the Real Americans, and it is like an animation with like Abraham Lincoln and all these various historical characters doing dumb shit and fighting the British. I don't know if you guys have run across this on the internet yet.
I have
No.
not.
Yeah, when it pops up, just watch it. Tell me
Is
what
it
you
good?
think. I don't know. I haven't seen it yet.
Can't
Oh.
be as good as Clone High.
I finished SG1, and I'm halfway through Atlantis.
That's a lot of hours, my friend.
Well,
Yeah,
he just
man.
leaves it on play while he's doing other things.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. That's what I do too, usually.
See, I've got a problem with TV. I
Still a
won't
lot of hours.
engage with television unless I want to, and can spend the time to actually pay attention to the media. If it's something that I can watch while I am painting, it is not worth existing.
Well, that's pretty much. I just watch everything while I'm painting, which means I listen to most stuff kind of half sorta, and then we'll
Okay.
glance up every once in a while.
Yeah, which is
Except unless it's like something that I know is like I want like looks very visually engaging, or I want to be uh really
I,
devote all my attention to.
one of my requirements for television.
Is that it's
Guess what?
engaging?
Is that it's visually engaging. If it's not visually engaging, I don't want to watch it.
No, I think that like there's shows you like Atlantis more than SG1. You know what? I can understand why you like Starhawk, why you like Atlantis more than you like SG1. SG1 has a really slow build because you have the first two seasons which were on um Showtime, right? And they started out with like this edgy adult, TV MA thing, and then they kind of pivoted it to a TV PG, and then it got pushed over to Sci-Fi Channel, and they totally went the PG route. And then they have like 5 seasons of build up until you finally get to all of the amazing technology. And Atlantis is the culmination of those 10 years of waiting for that technology.
Truth. Although, I mean, let's be real, seasons 3 through like 7, really 3 through 9 were really good in my opinion.
And let's
Of
just
what?
be let's
Of
Of
SG1?
SG1,
The
yes.
last 3 seasons?
No, I think season 3 through
Oh,
like 7 or
yes.
9. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like 3
I mean,
through 7 I think is prime in my
3
opinion.
through 7 was great. I actually very much enjoyed the Ori on this watch through. I enjoyed the last 2 seasons a bit more, and I think I know why. I have now become accustomed to the shows that don't have filler, right? Where it's just 10 episodes and they don't have tangents.
Yep.
Yeah.
And with the Ori, because they packed it into the last 2 seasons, the Ori really would have been, if the Ori was the main enemy like the Gwawuld were at 3 through 7, it would have been 5 seasons, right, to fight the Ori. But it just like every episode was like back to back next
lot was
progression of the
happening.
plot, and
Yeah.
I've now become accustomed to that, so I like it more. I am liking Atlantis more, and I'm really really excited to watch Universe.
Universe is the best.
I think
Yeah.
I think Universe is going to be really really good.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard nor watched of it. I am not the biggest SG fan.
See, the problem with
But I
Universe
do
was that
respect it.
you literally spent 13 years. If you started it from the beginning, like if you went to the movies and you watched the movie and then you waited and then you saw the television show and you watched it like I watched it as a kid, and you literally watched all 13 years of it, you spent 13 years watching them go from 4 people who went to other planets with P90s to
The
having
P90.
spaceships, right? And beaming technology and getting all of the Star Trek stuff. And then Stargate Universe tears all of that away and they start over, right? And so when that happened in real time, I was like, "Oh, I don't want to start over." You know what I mean? Like I don't want to go back to the we don't have resources. But now in retrospect, it's a much more interesting show.
Yeah, because they don't have all the fun stuff.
Yeah, and they don't all get
the
along.
Deus Ex Machina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is time. We have 5 minutes left. Hobby check-in. My room is empty, so I'm doing a good job.
Yep.
Very nice.
I like that box down there.
Yes, that's that's the one box.
The box.
There's nothing else to put in this box. Here, I can pack something. Here, safety glasses. There you go.
Dunzo.
Packed.
Oh man, best hobby day ever.
Packed. Josh, what do you got going on?
All right. Good amount of work on him. Got a lot of highlights done. So it's pretty good. He's looking real ugly. Love it.
1 second. Big Aaron.
I got most of the base colors done on Qualis.
Oops, sorry, I had the wrong. I had
Good.
Sean
Just
up.
a few more to do, but no washing, no highlighting.
Can you show it one more time? I had Sean up by accident.
Oh my goodness gracious!
What a
But
bomb.
most base colors there. Yep.
And Shizzle.
I actually got a bunch of stuff done. I built 2 cyclone missile launchers. I cleaned up some other dudes. I did that cool sergeant that I'm gonna go grab again because I really, really like him, and you guys should like him too. Because he's
We all
super
like
awesome.
them.
Did you?
Did you paint something on him?
Whoop. No, it's just I primed him, and then added him to the base and changed some stuff. So, kind of weird. The Vallejo primer is so fucking forgiving, dude. I don't even worry about it anymore. I'll prime it over itself, over garbage miniatures. It just does whatever I want. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 10 dudes that I put the eyeballs on and cleaned up.
Eyeballs.
Yeah. So those are my guys right here that are pretty. So I'm gonna put the contrast over those eyeballs, and right now I'm just like cleaning up the browns and doing a tiny little bit of highlighting. I'm not going back like I did with the original set and like browned everything out, right? I'm just doing like tiny little dots, tiny little
Nice.
bits of the brown to clean stuff up. So I'm really trying to just like roll through them. So I've actually gotten through 2 different paints on all these guys on my table, which is pretty cool.
Awesome. I like the sea of paint in Aaron's video. It's just like
is
it
impressive.
looks like the paint just continues to the
It
horizon.
just goes. Yep.
It just
to
goes
the
on
horizon.
forever. All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much for joining us this Sunday. Obviously, the next couple weeks are going to be a little bit awkward with my move. We are going to continue to get games and get videos up. I have a whole bunch of stuff produced by Josh and produced by Aaron to edit and upload, and hopefully we'll get some more games of Judgment and some more 40k games going on. I'm really excited for that. I personally will be out of the loop for probably another week or 2 because I got to get this move done, and that just has to happen. So
Gotta do it.
until next time, we'll see you in a blank room.
Yes.
Near a table. Don't forget the table.
There are
There's a
no
door.
tables.
I don't have any tables.
Near a table, I said.
There's a box.
We'll see you in the
Proximity of
box.
Bye, all.
Night night.